Behind the Ramble is proudly sponsored by GLASBY Pallets. They're offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. Thank you to Sonny and the team at GLASBY Pallets for all their support of Behind the Ramble.
Coops here. Subscribe to Behind The Ramble. Keep following, and all the best.
The Puhausery.
What is happening, people, and welcome back to GLASBY, or whatever we're going to end up calling it. Thank you to everybody for the amazing feedback on the first Uber video. I don't know whether that will continue or whether it was just an initial sort of interest that piqued people's sort of attention. So we'll soon find out, because this is the second video in what might become a series. So it's actually my third day in the Uber, and it's over a week since I recorded the one that you've seen. I then went in the taxi the following day and really enjoyed it, but I was so busy all day. So I never found really a decent time to record, and I quickly got taken into areas that I didn't know very well, which is fine. It's just stuff I wasn't expecting really, and I felt like I had to concentrate, and then I forget to record, and people that follow the Blade Ramble know what I'm like by now. So yeah, this is a conscious effort to make today a more documented journey, although I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I started today at 3:20 because I've been with my family this morning, and then I was doing ramble stuff. There's a lot more goes into that than people would probably imagine, and again, that could be its own little mini series in itself if people are interested in that sort of stuff. But finally got a bit of time in the I wanted to test out, this is a Saturday, so I wanted to test out what Saturdays are like, and the fares, you notice, are immediately higher. So I've done a couple of short distances. I've done my first hour now, basically. I've done 4 trips, and I've tipped over, it's pretty bang on an hour, and I've tipped over me £20 target for the hour. I think we're on 21.90 something or something like that. So it's gone well. I've just had my first drunk customer at 4:15 on a Saturday afternoon. First ever drunk rider, but a good drunk. He was very happy and very smiley, and didn't wet himself or do anything like that in my car. So we had a nice chat, him and his partner, and yeah, I've just dropped him off. They've been to a family party, and I've just dropped him off, so I'm going to go back online in a minute. In terms of how I did for the second day, which I know you'll be interested in, really well, as I said. I think, did I finish on about 120 quid on day one? Well, I finished on 180 the following day, so 300 quid for 2 days work, which I didn't think were bad at all really, because they weren't like mega long days. So, and obviously there's other expenses like we talked about in the previous video to think about. There's my insurance, there's my car payments, there's my fuel. There's all sorts of things that come into consideration in the bigger picture that will chip away at your hourly rate. But at the moment, I'm jumping in the car to make that side of things that I've invested in, make that pay for itself, if that makes sense. Shout out to Mr. Vancouver. Shout out to everybody first and foremost who suggested names for the series. I'm collating them all, and we'll come up with a decent one, I think, between us. But shout out to Mr. Vancouver who said something about, can you imagine if you Jimmy Ramble picks up someone in Sheffield? Well, I'm not going to be in Sheffield, am I? I appreciate what he's saying, but Wakey and Sheffield are miles apart. I think it was day 2. It might have even been day 1. It must have been day 2 because I'd have documented it otherwise. Wakey train station, somebody had got the wrong train, so I ended up having to take her to Sheffield Hospital. She was going to Sheffield Hospital for a maternity appointment. So I ended up in Sheffield, then ended up doing loads of work in and around Sheffield. Managed to talk blades with a few people, which were really, really good. So yeah, I'll let you know how we get on in terms of today. I don't know how long I'll be out, as I say, because I've promised Mrs. Ramble I'll bring some tea back. So I could probably only do another couple of hours in this session. And then if she's all right with it, then I might go out and do a couple of early evening hours after his tea. We'll see, because I don't want to sort of tip into late nights and then end up picking people up from town who are absolutely kale-eyed and 3 sheets to wind. I'm in Normanton now, so who knows where I'll end up. We'll have to wait and see. See you in a bit. Right, we're back, and I've got a tale to tell already, and I've only done 40 minutes worth since my last update, and I'm on just short of, well, just over 13 quid I've done in 40 minutes, so we're on track-ish. But obviously I keep breaking off to do these updates. Well, I were in Normanton, and I'm not going to reel too much because I shouldn't, but my first trip was, it were booked under the name of a lad, but it were a lad in the last one I got there, and they had multiple stops. Right, okay. And they were really excited when they got in the car. Oh yeah, we need to go pick some up, we're very excited. And all of a sudden you think, don't know about this one, don't know about this. So she says, yeah, I'm going to go. They're in the car, they're talking, they're right giddy and laughing and doing. Oh, I need to, so first mate, we need to go to my mum's and I need to pick some money up. I'm going to tell her we're doing Big Shop. I need some money for Big Shop. All right, okay. So that was first stop. I didn't know because obviously it's already pre-planned in what routes they want to do. So they've picked some money up from my mum, telling us to do it Big Shop, which clearly they weren't. And I'm quite uncomfortable because I think I don't want to be stopping at an house where something's happening that I want nothing to do with. Anyway, luckily for me, and funnily enough, they were that drunk because they were like, they were that drunk, and it was drink, I assume, or I hope, that they put the wrong address in. So it was the right street name, but in the wrong area. And I can only take them to where it says on the app. Now, I'm always willing to help people. And if they'd have needed taking somewhere else, then I'd have just made it happen. But in all honesty, I had already accepted another fare. And the way Uber works is it calculates where you're going to drop off and then calculates the next fare from there. So I'd already accepted somebody just as we were coming up to their final destination, if you like. So I drop it and, oh mate, can't you drop us here? I won't say where they wanted to be dropped because I don't want to like incriminate anybody. But can you not just drop us here, mate? Can't you drop? Oh, F's sake. And I'm saying, mate, I can't. I can only drop you where you've put in app. You'll have to book another one. So I've paid 20 quid it paid. It just shows how much Uber are taking off us because I think it was something like a £6 trip for me. But anyway, that's by the by. So yeah, he starts kicking off a little bit. And I'm trying to explain to him, I'm showing them the road sign and I'm showing them the postcode that they've put in and the name of the road. This is what you've put in. I know you want to go to that same street name in a different place. Can't take you there, pal, I'm afraid. Because my next fare is here. So I had to drop him off there. He slams me door. No doubt gives us a crap rating. But that's just unfortunate, isn't it? Because he got a crap rating as well from me. Because we get to rate the riders. First one I've ever given below 5 stars. Because everybody's been lovely up until that point. And they were fine. It didn't faze me or anything at all. But it's just a shame really, isn't it, that you get that sort of thing happen. Because he was annoyed with me because I wouldn't take him to a new destination to pick up whatever little package he was picking up. But anyway, that's by the by. And then my second ride of the 2 that I've just done were night and day. Really lovely. It were a young mum and a son got into the car because it was just round the corner from where I'd been. So I drove round the corner, picked him up, and it said immediately where drop off were, and it was Smith's Toy Superstore, and that's where I've just dropped him now. And I was just, you could see we're absolutely buzzing, this kid. And I'm like, oh, where are we going? I've just seen on here. And you're like, oh, we're going to the toy shop because it's my birthday next week. I says, oh, that's brilliant. How old are you? He says, I'm going to be 7 next week. Oh, that's brilliant. I said, and what do you want for your birthday? And he says, first answer, what a great kid. First answer, well, I want a scooter, and it's got to be this certain type of scooter that we were talking about. And then I want a candle for my mum, a candle for my nana, a candle for my mum's friend. I'm like, what a guy. You're going to do all right, lad. You're going to do all right. I said, you need to look after your mum. And yeah, just brilliant. Absolutely. And that just shows you a range of people that you get already. And I've only been doing it 3 days. So yeah, I'm gonna go back online now. I've probably got another hour before that. I sort our own tea out and then maybe come back on a little bit later. But we'll see. I've had a couple of drunks now, and I'm not a fan, if I'm honest. But you know, it's one of them. It's part of the course, isn't it? It's a Saturday, been nice weather, people are day drinking, and if I want to be working these sort of times and situations, then I'm going to get that, aren't I? So yeah, well, I'll keep you posted. See you in a bit. Right, I'm back. I haven't done any trips since that last one. to be fair. Your last update was the last trip I'd done. So I went online to try and get a trip after that, but I was flagging a bit and I needed something to eat. So I left it 5 minutes, gave him a countdown, didn't get any trips through. So after 5 minutes, I logged off, went and picked up some tea. We had an Abdul's for anybody local to us. That is one of the best curry houses going. Picked up his tea, took it back. 3 very happy girls. Little ones are now about to go to bed, and I'm jumping back in car as Mrs. Ramble just potters about and has a bath and relaxes and does all that sort of stuff. So I says, look, if you don't want to do anything tonight, because I give it a choice, I'll jump back in car and try and get to Target. So we're on about 35 quid at the minute for about an hour and 40 minutes that I've done. Looks like I'm going to sort of be teetering into the late shifts, if you like. Aiming for 100 quid a day for those of you that aren't aware. Whenever I jump in and I've got a bit of time, I want to try and earn 100 quid, because if I could do that twice a week, then I'm absolutely laughing. Not only does it pay my car off and pay insurance, but eventually it'll build me up enough money to pay off the balloon payment on the car as well. So that's how my maths have worked it out anyway. So yeah, I'm going to log on now and keep you posted on how we do. Up the blades. Right, I'm back. It's 10 to 8 and I've just done just over an hour. I think, I can't remember how many trips I've done. Might have done 4 trips. But another 31 quid on top. Well, I think that's what it says on my thing anyway. I'm rubbish at keeping track. But in total, I'm on about 67 quid for the day so far. And I call it a day. I've probably done about 3 hours in total. So it's not bad, that is it? Not bad, I suppose. It's well over my average hourly target, isn't it? So we're laughing, really. Not much longer to go, I wouldn't have thought, until we hit our £100 target. Then I might just get a little bit greedy and see if I still am up for it, then I'll stay out a bit longer. But as I said, I don't really want to tip into those later hours where people are starting to get a little bit like we've had earlier today. Didn't expect it quite at the early time that I had it. I think it was about 4:15, wasn't it? But yeah, we'll see, because I'm enjoying it, to be fair. It's quite an enjoyable job. Just had a lovely woman who were moaning about the night shift at the place she works, we'll say, just in case anybody ever links it back to him. So yeah, it's really good. So we'll keep pushing. We'll get to that target surely, and I'll catch you in a bit. All right, dudes, I'm wrapping it up for the night. I have just done my last of 19 trips today, which seems like a lot, but it's not really. I've enjoyed it. It's gone really quick. I've had an eclectic bunch of riders today, which has been really interesting. Last one I had was very, very, very drunk. But he was a young lad, been on session York all day, was panicking about what his girlfriend who he lives with was going to say when he got home. His phone had died, so I charged up his phone for him so I could text her and say, I've been dying to text you all day. My phone died early doors. We tried to get him out of it, but you know, we'll see. I mean, I'll probably never hear from him again, so best of luck to that lad. Yeah, it's been really good. 117 quid I finished up on. I've worked out, I've done about 5 hours tops I would say. No more than 5 hours and 117 quid, so it's not to be sniffed at, is it? I'm happy with that. I could probably go on a bit longer, but I'm getting a bit tired now. I can tell that the later it gets, the higher the fares get. So there's that incentive to stay on. I can see why, you know, obviously there's more of you're putting up with different kind of clientele, aren't you, at that stage? But it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. And the problem I've got is, obviously, weekends and my family time. I mean, I'm usually at a game on a Saturday, so I don't see him anyway on a Saturday most afternoon. I wanted to try this to see what the difference was like, and yes, it's more lucrative, and you don't have to do as many hours to get hit the same sort of targets. But I'd rather be with my wife and my kids, if I'm honest. So I might, as much as it's longer work, and it's lower paid to do during the day while they're at school and wife's at work. That might just be what I have to do, unless I have to monitor how I am myself as well. If I'm really sort of flogging myself on Ramble and doing loads, which I have been doing recently, and I'm very tired, then it makes more sense for me to do a weekend day, cram it all in. Like, I want to see how it is on a Sunday as well, but whether I do that back to back, I'm not sure. It has been half term, so I've spent all week with kids, so it's a little bit different this time. But a few things to consider. But yeah, we'll be back, and let me know how you feel about this video. Obviously it's the second one. I'm not expecting it to have as much of an uptake because the initial peak of interest might have gone, but if you enjoy this sort of content, let me know in the comments. Thank you to everybody that's helped us reach over 2,000 subscribers. We have got some more football content coming to the channel, but Behind the Ramble is not solely a football channel. It's a little bit about me away from Sheffield United, essentially. But we've got some more watch-alongs coming up very shortly as well, and obviously a lot more taxi videos. There's a few little bits that we've got planned in pipeline. So keep it ramble, and I'll catch you in a bit.